Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Mr. Mikhail's Manor of Mischief, Magic, and Mystery, the podcast where we talk about music, the occult, and just day-to-day life. I am your host, Andrew Mikhail, and welcome to the 6M Podcast. And we're back, coming in hot with the 6th part series of the Lizard and the Wizard segment of the Mr. Mikhail's Manor of Mischief, Magic, and Mystery, the podcast, aka the 6M Podcast. How are we doing, the Lizard?
We're good. I'm here. I am watching.
Welcome to the Manor.
I mean, yes. The Manor has become quite familiar.
Yes. Why is that?
I mean, over the last... How the fuck long has it been that we have barely left the house?
Well, what's it? Today is... We're recording this a day before release, and it's, June 16th? So we've been pretty much locked down since March, 11th or 14th or whatever.
So I guess it's only been 3 full months. Fucking seems longer, I'm going to be honest. I thought it had been 4 months. But now I know. It's only 3. People shouldn't be such like babies about it's only 3 months. Shit. That could be much longer. I don't know. Whatever.
Coming from you.
What do you mean?
Speaking to the microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm adjusting it because I'm using a microphone stand for the first time. Hello.
Welcome to the big leagues.
It's only because my other hand is petting our son, who is full body fur.
So I don't have a kid.
Our furry son. Yes, you do.
I ain't that boy's daddy.
I mean, I didn't birth him either, but we're all
birth.
We're all the little pups have, so
So, for those of you tuning in for the first time, the Lizard and the Wizard segments are basically a quarantine series. And so we've been doing these this is the 6th part of them. So we've been doing these every, 2 weeks or something?
I think maybe every week, like at the beginning when it was super weird. And now it's been more spaced out because sort of just like been here to live with, and now things are opening up, so it's like it's weird. I don't know, but I didn't realize this is our 6th. Shit. Yeah,
things are opening up, and yet things are not looking too great again. People all in the other states are opening up, and yet they're getting I guess more cases of corona, but for some reason Illinois at the time of this recording is in a decline. So I foresee either a lockdown happening again on top of the lockdown, or just all out chaos in the streets once they say we're all locked in again.
Well, the states that are showing a spike or a resurgence or whatever, they are, I believe some of them are the ones that opened up before we did.
Doesn't matter. We're still,
I'm not really sure.
There's still, at the time of this recording, no cure for the corona.
No.
So it's all just a matter of time, I guess.
Ain't gonna be no cure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because we're both musicians, and both of our livelihoods, I guess, or our, I don't know,
passions.
Ways of, is severely affected. But we were watching TV the other day, and what did we see? We saw an orchestra with just plexiglass around each person.
Yeah, that was depressing as fuck. I can't, I mean, for those of you that don't know, I'm a violinist. I've been a violinist since I was 4 years old. It's part of me. It's part of my soul. It's part of my physical being. Holding a violin is just natural. And watching on YouTube musicians in an orchestra play with plexiglass between them was very sad to me, because that's the beauty of an orchestra is the camaraderie and the person, your stand partner sitting next to you, and you develop, a rapport, and you have a fun time, and you fuck up sometimes. You don't play the right Beethoven's fifth note. It's okay. And you laugh at each other, and it's just sort of like a nice time. I used to play in a well-known orchestra in the area, and we haven't been able to, and sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's way less sad than a lot of what people are experiencing, but it sucks.
Well, the thing that people have to remember is that everybody has their plight at the moment. Everybody has their own struggle, and you have, your own set of things, and I have my own set of things, which is utter and complete devastation of the industry. And
I wouldn't even consider mine like a hardship or something, because I have my career separate from that, and that's just something that I have always loved and I've always been good at, and I could have gone that career field, but I chose not to, and it's I shouldn't even talk about it because it's so minimal compared to what so many people have experienced in loss and things like that.
I think that's what make the Lizard and the Wizard segments fun to listen to, is the fact that we are pretty much opposites.
Yeah,
in a lot of senses.
I mean, I would say most.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that we both like to wear all black all the time and similar music.
Yeah. Well, I mean that goes back to some occult references, or even if you just look at the yin and yang, light balances the dark. I'm the darkness, you're the light. Sometimes
I'm the darkness.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Scary fucking Terry over here. Other than that, other than the doom and gloom and the chaos in the streets, we've been doing a lot of things in the house. I've been writing again.
Yes.
I've been writing new music.
Oh my goodness. For all of you listening, I have heard some new shit, and it's good. And I'm impressed by what Andrew is creating.
I'm going to delete it all now.
What?
For those of you that don't know, I'm the singer-guitarist of Serpents US. And, we released Timid No Say about a year ago. Or Timid No Say, I would call it. About a year ago, and it's time to start writing, and I haven't written anything new in a while, and quarantine has its downside, but I've been watching enough news and seeing enough people online arguing about literally everything that I was moved enough to start writing a new album. And shit's fucked up when I start writing a new album. Historically speaking, all of the Serpents albums to date have been written in bad times. So this is going to be a positive thing for some people, but it's going to be a process, that's for sure. But I'm excited. I'm excited to create finally,
Well, that's the best time to create, is when there's, all kinds of things going on and stuff you can express with your music. And from what I have heard, which is very minimal, I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You've been doing...
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fake. You're welcome.
Inside joke. You've been doing your own creating as well.
Oh, shit.
Within the house.
Creating my asshole.
Yeah, that too.
Not really. I 3D printed myself a new asshole. No.
Hell
I
yeah.
really didn't. But that would be... I bet someone has done.
I'm sure somebody's already on that path.
Yeah.
This podcast has started off we're off the rails real fast.
I don't know. I'm bored. We're home all the time.
Yeah.
Let's get weird.
That's the thing.
I'm sorry. I'm bored.
I noticed that the listens have dropped a little bit, but that's probably because, we've been adhering to the rules because we both care about family members that are at risk. So we've been fucking stuck at home, and it's like I look on Facebook and everybody's out getting haircuts, going to dinner and shit. But yeah, like we're trying to keep it interesting, and we're filling you guys in on the madness in the Manor.
Our lives wouldn't be that different if we were going out because we're kind of homebodies in general. So
no, we know how to have some fun.
We know how to have a good time, but it's not like we would do that like fucking every weekend or whatever. Like going out, like you and I are pretty chill. Like we're like sort of like just comfortable with like ourselves and hanging out. Like we never did shit like that like all the time, whatever. So I don't feel like I'm like missing out.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, well. No, I know.
But anyways,
shit.
What have you been up to? While I've been writing, you've been making quite the ruckus in the house.
Well,
why don't you tell the listeners what you've been up to?
I've been
speaking to the microphone.
I've been fucking shit up in the house, renovating, tearing down plaster, patching it, painting, all kinds of shit. I don't know.
All on your own accord.
Yeah, I have no help. Like I've started like renovating a room at a time, and I send people like before and after pictures, like my friends and family, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's so good!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did that shit all myself, motherfucker." You should
rephrase that statement. What? I have no help to.
No, I didn't say I had no help. I said I do it with no help. I don't know what the fuck I said, but I'm proud of myself because it's all myself. I don't want you to help because then I would have to attribute some of the glory to you, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want it. No.
That's legitimately my reasoning is I don't want to have to say to people, "Oh, well, Andrew did this part." I want to do it all myself. Maybe that's rude. I don't know. But that gives you more time to write and play, and that's good. I don't know.
That's an interesting thought. But yeah, I can I'm totally fine with not having to do that shit. Especially when you call me or text me and say, "Oh, I got paint all over my hair."
Well, yeah, the other day I texted you because I was painting our bedroom. Literally, like, if anybody's out there gives a fuck, Benjamin Moore, Black Forest green. It's pretty much like the darkest green you could get in a paint color. Like, it pretty much looks like black unless there's a lot of light on it. So I painted our bedroom black. And I was just putting the first coat on. I still haven't done the second, and I just put my whole fucking head, the top of it, on the wall because I was bending down to get something. The whole top of my head was like black with like this green black paint, and I yelled for Andrew to come help me, but it was okay. I got it out with baby wipes. Baby wipes are the unspoken painting tool that I probably shouldn't share with anybody because I think this is like an untold secret. But if you spill paint or you get it on your woodwork, because I don't tape anything, I just freehand that shit. Baby wipes, man. Wipes right off. If you make any mistakes, baby wipe it. Done.
That includes shitting yourself.
Well, I haven't done that, but
I almost shit myself the other day.
When?
From the MCT oil.
Which time?
What do you mean, which time?
What did you put it on? I can't remember.
For those of you that don't know, like ever since Easter, I started keto again, and I've been experimenting on myself while out of the public eye, and I think I caught my groove finally after like fucking 2 months, or wait, maybe a month. April, May, yeah, 2 months. And there was one point where I was like, I'm just gonna take this MCT oil with my coffee with nothing to absorb it, like butter. And for those of you that don't know, like a lot of ketoers, I guess you would call it, they drink bulletproof coffee, which is coffee with butter and MCT oil. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to bypass the butter. And holy shit. I was out of commission for a whole day, pretty much.
MCT oil is coconut oil?
It's like medium chain triglycerides. So it's like a component of coconut oil. It's like super specific, super refined.
Like very reduced coconut oil.
No, it's like super concentrated.
That's what reduced means.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking
cook a little bit more. You reduce the sauce, it becomes more concentrated and thicker. That's just a cooking term. Watch more Gordon Ramsay like I do. Shit. I watched Gordon Ramsay the other night on YouTube on our TV. He's got these videos where he cooks in his like home kitchen. Mm-hmm. It's like I get mesmerized. Like I can't look away.
Coming from the person
voice is so soothing.
Coming from the person that used to shit on me when I wanted to watch all things Gordon Ramsay.
Well, I don't like when he yells.
That's
the thing. See, you like a different Gordon Ramsay. I like the chill at home Gordon Ramsay, where he's like, he literally whispers. You heard him. It's like ASMR. It's like ASMR. Like he whispers. You hear the sound of like the food sizzling when it gets in the pan. Like it's wonderful. And like he doesn't yell. You like him in like Hell's Kitchen and what's the other one?
I like all that shit.
Where he like just parades people and he calls them, "You donut! Are you simple?" He says the most like ridiculous stuff.
To me, that's
like we literally heard him call someone a donut and like they took it horribly because of how mean he says it.
Well, did I ever show you the Hell's Kitchen, like with his mentor, the guy that's like, I forgot his name. I think it's Mario or something.
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like super mean, but like calm about it. I like him a lot too. I don't know. I always like that shit because it's real to me. Like I've worked in restaurants and that shit it reminds me of those times where I'm like, hell yeah, fucking give me that chaos. Like, I don't know why, like, you know, anybody who's worked with me in the restaurants are probably listening to this going like, are you kidding me? But like, I secretly love those chaotic shifts where it's just like, you know, I got a fucking 14 top walking in, blah, 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 blah. Where are we at on these appetizers? You didn't fire this. It's just like, I like that shit. It's like life and death. But it came down to the point where like I was working in places where like people were taking it like too serious. And I was like, yo, nobody's going to die because their fucking poppers came out 5 minutes late. It's like that shit I'm not into, but I'm into like the whole like, we got to get it done. Hurry up. Pick your feet up. Let's go.
No, I get that. But like, I think that like some of Gordon's shows just get to the point where it's like people really just like him like yelling and calling people weird names. And I think he like did it for that. So it's like nice to have like that reprieve of just like watching him in his kitchen and like really calm and like almost whispering. Sometimes his like daughters will come in. Like it's just, I don't know. It's really like relaxing to me. I don't know. It makes cooking like just look so relaxing, which sometimes when I cook, cooking is so relaxing, but sometimes it's not. It's just nice. I don't know.
Well, cooking can be considered a form of alchemy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about that. But sometimes I love cooking. Well, a lot of the time. And then sometimes when I'm like rushed, I don't.
Yeah.
I like to cook when I have no time constraints.
It's different. Like, the occultists might be bashing their head against the table saying it's not the same. And I even made an Instagram post about saying it's not the same as alchemy, but there is a sense of, I don't know, like if you are creating something from nothing, it is kind of like a spiritual journey or whatever. Like same thing goes for a song. It's like if I'm writing something from nothing, it's kind of reminiscent to like creating your own recipe of homemade goodness.
God, why the fuck did you really have to fucking do it?
I was listening to
did you have to?
I was listening to Bert Kreischer and he said his daughter made homemade.
Bert Kreischer can suck my dick. I don't even have to hear the rest of it. I'm just kidding.
You like Bert.
I know. Bert would know I took it back. What was his daughter making? Homemade what?
He was like, they were
I'm
talking
sorry.
about cookies. He's like, my daughter made homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Well,
and I was like, oh.
Say she made chocolate chip cookies. When the fuck? I'm going to reiterate myself. I don't know if I said it like this last time, but when did it become a thing where you had to validate you yourself making cookies and put a precursor out there of it's homemade? If you say you are making cookies, you yourself made the cookies, it should be fucking assumed that you homemade them. I don't get it.
Do you guys see how I pushed her buttons on purpose just for you guys?
Fucking pisses me the fuck off.
This is the third episode in a row.
Honest to God, I could punch the wall over shit like that. I don't know why it infuriates me, but it does. I hate that. You just say, I made these chocolate chip cookies. Why the fuck? I made these homemade chocolate chip cookies. Isn't that a double positive? Like, why the fuck do you need to put both in there?
Good point.
If I fuck off. I know you're laughing. I don't care. If I bought like that, like what is that roll of cookies like you can buy? I don't know what brand makes that because I've never done it. Like they're in the fridge section. Pillsbury, whatever. Like the roll where like you separate them or you cut them and they're already made and you just put them like there's the sugar cookie ones. They have like a design in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen those. I don't know what brand. Pillsbury probably.
I don't know.
If I made those for somebody and tried to pass them off like I would never. I'd be like, hey, I cut these apart and I threw them in the oven. I'm just real like that. I'm not going to fucking tell you, oh, I made this cookie with the green Christmas tree in the middle of the center in fucking food coloring. Like, no shit, you didn't fucking make that. I'm sorry. I can't.
I think she's just fired up, guys, because we spent the last few days watching that Filthy Rich documentary on Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix. By the way, if you haven't seen that and if you're bored, I would highly recommend watching that.
Watch the first 2 episodes. The second tier, they're pointless.
Well, there's resolve. He's dead.
Yeah, but we already knew that was the resolve. So watch the first 2 episodes.
But it's a cliffhanger because you're like, how did he die?
Well, nobody knows. So actually, the second 2 episodes don't answer shit.
Some people know.
All right, skip the third. Watch 1, 2, and 4.
Some people know.
I'm not going to put my opinion out there because now is you can't put an opinion. Well,
no, you can't.
Me. You want me to do it?
No,
all right.
No, nobody asked you. She's just fired up because you yourself gave Mr. Epstein a massage. Did you not?
I did. Yeah, I was.
Wrong Epstein. My bad.
29.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I can't go after him. I was too old.
We've been doing a lot of watching lately, One of the gems I subjected you to.
Are you say Lilyhammer?
No. Oh, Lilyhammer. By the way, Lilyhammer's another good show for anybody who's
Lilyhammer will make you feel weird, but it's good.
It's Steven Van Zandt from The Sopranos / Bruce Springsteen band. He basically, I don't want to spoil it, but it's basically kind of like a very slow moving show about nothing.
I wish I was watching it when there's snow outside. That's my only problem.
Which is when I watched it.
Yeah, which is why it's not so good right now.
But it's based in Norway, so it's got a lot of Norwegian actors.
Norway fell off of Norway the other day.
Yeah, it's sunk into the water.
Literally, like people's homes, like a whole town.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Norway. That made me sad.
Norway. I miss those lands. I sincerely hope we get to go to Iceland in September, like we're supposed to. I'm trying to get Serpents some gigs in Iceland to ramp up our trip to see Wardruna and kind of hang out in Iceland, but as each day passes, it just looks like fucking the world is spiraling into chaos. But Iceland's like, we're good.
They're temperature checking everyone that comes into the country. So, I mean, like, if we had a temperature, we would be turned away.
Well,
we haven't bought the tickets yet because of all this shit. But
you read a lot of articles about.
I read not a good amount of articles.
You read a lot of articles about the Rona, and you heard about how Iceland attacked this problem. How did they do it?
Well, you can just Google Iceland coronavirus, but they started very early on, like in April, with the antibody tests, and they tested their like 90% of their population. I may be wrong about the percentage, but it was a really high fucking percentage.
Yeah, we're not Joe Rogan. Like we don't know everything.
They tested like so many people, like even if you didn't have any symptoms, they still had you come in and get tested, or I don't know how they did all the testing, but they like identified people that had no symptoms that still had it in their symptoms or in their system. So like asymptomatic carriers. And that's what they attribute. I watched some videos with like some scientists from Iceland and stuff. That's what they attribute their success to, is testing people that didn't even have symptoms that they later found out actually had it in their system and could pass it to others. And by testing so many people, which is easy in Iceland because their population is so low as opposed to United States, obviously, that completely helped them. Like, I mean, it's like eradicated or very low, whatever. And if it pops back up, they can easily control it because they already have those systems in place, which is easier to do when you have less people. Obviously, it's hard to translate that to the United States, but still, yeah.
So let serpents play, please.
We love Iceland.
We do.
We really do.
And even if we wanted to move, we're stuck. We're stuck here.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Long-term goal, move to Iceland.
Nice land.
We shall live in Vik.
I'm sure by that time, all the fucking Instagrammers would have ruined it.
I'm sure Iceland will get ruined, yeah. I would like to go back once more before it does.
Hopefully in September. But,
your birthday's
it
coming
looks
up.
it looks like people are traveling because you still have 90 Day Fiancé coming out. I don't know.
Who doesn't love that 90 day?
What a shit show that last season was. Before the 90 days. We've talked about it on the podcast before, but they finally, I guess, wrapped up the season. And what a dumpster fire that became.
Well, see, you shouldn't talk about it. I'm just going to give spoilers.
No, don't give spoilers, but I highly recommend.
It's really good.
It. Yeah,
it's really fucking good. And now a new season started. Do you want to know what I saw today?
Is it going to spoil it for people?
No, it has nothing to do with that actually, but it was what I wanted to say before. Did you know, my love?
Yes.
You know how we traveled to Iceland in a camper van, which is just like a fucking Sprinter van with a bunch of shit transformed in the back. Did you know there's a website called Outdoorsy in the United States where people rent their motherfucking camper vans to you?
I looked into that when Serpents was doing
well, they got some cute like
regional dates,
Iceland-esque camper vans, and I was gonna say we should go on a trip.
Should buy one.
I mean, yes, but we should try it out again in the United States. But that could be fun. Literally, if you're camper vanning like we did, I mean, we stopped very minimally at like any place where like anyone was. So that'd be like perfect for stuff like this. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
They're really cool. I got to show you.
It's like, where do you go? Like, where would we even go here?
I mean, where haven't you been in the United States? You ever gone to the Grand Canyon? I've been there. Let's go. Fuck it. Honestly, like just driving anywhere and seeing like beautiful scenery. Like, I mean, maybe driving like west would be wonderful.
I would rather avoid everybody and just drive to like Maine.
I've always wanted to go to Maine. I want to go to Prince Edward Island. Could we go there, or is that in British Columbia? I don't know. For anybody who's listening who was a 12-year-old nerd in the early 2000s, if you ever read Anne of Green Gables, that's at Prince Edward Island where her house was. I've always wanted to go there.
Probably not.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Nerd.
Let's go. But why would we drive up into Maine because it's more populated? We should drive to fucking Montana. Let's camper in Montana. Dude, in Montana, we could just park out and, shit in the fucking brush and whatever. We don't even have to go to a gas station.
They don't want us over there.
But in Montana, everything's so spread out. It'd be less stressful for us. We just pull over and sleep.
You're only saying this because we watched that Native American stand-up.
Oh, Wait, what was the next night? What did we watch? I was like, you realize?
I think we watched the Dave Chappelle special, which if you haven't watched, go to YouTube, check out Dave Chappelle's. I guess it's a special / I would say like a monologue, maybe.
I would say definitely more like a monologue, in that it was
more performance piece.
Yeah, it was obviously heartfelt and honest and obviously factually true and wonderful, but it came off more as like a monologue, and it was really cool, actually.
Yeah, I think that was at his house, maybe.
I was gonna ask you where it was because it was outside.
Apparently they're doing more of those at his house.
That's cool.
Hey, if everything's closed down, you got to make your own way. Fuck it. All the bands out there, they're going online and playing shows. It's if you have the means, fucking open up your own venue and be like, we're playing in our backyard. Come hang out.
What comedian were we just talking about before?
We were talking about stumbling upon the...
Oh! Shit, we don't really have to go back there, but...
It's basically like the Kings of Comedy, but for Native Americans. It was from 2001.
I don't know what the Kings of Comedy is. I don't think.
It's Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey.
It was that.
I love that shit, man.
But for Native American comedians.
Yeah.
And it was hosted in a casino. I don't know where.
Los Angeles.
But the funny thing was they made fun of the fact that it was in a casino several times. It was like a variety show. Not variety show. It was all comedians, but there were a bunch of them. It wasn't just one comedian.
Yeah, kind of like how... Okay, so the Kings of Comedy, I think, came out first, and then you had the Rednecks, Larry the Cable Guy and shit. They did that. Then you had I think the Queens of Comedy, and then you had a Hispanic version, and then they did the Native American version, and I think I don't know, I've hung out on the res, and that shit is super accurate as to what my experiences were. I don't know.
Are you trying to act like you're more Native American than I am because you've been on the res thing?
No. But I'm saying,
with you.
Heading out west, I think that was influenced by this stand-up special. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I wish you would be influenced by this gem that I showed you the other day called Velocipaster.
No. Just no. Just say no.
What's wrong with Velocipaster?
Well, I could probably pull out a list of 1 to 1,000 of reasons why I would never fucking watch that again.
What about Robo Vampire? You didn't watch that one.
Robo Vampire? We didn't watch that.
We watched a couple minutes of it. Okay, for those of you that don't know,
No,
If you're not
you
following,
don't subject me. I agree willingly because yes, I do because I think it's going to be better than it always ends up being, and usually it does. Like for example, the Greasy Strangler.
Mm-hmm.
There are others. I know.
Didn't I show you Troll 2?
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know that every time we go on the Apple TV, you put up Troll 2 and you want to watch it? And I'm like, I never saw a Troll 1.
It doesn't matter. Troll 2 is all you need to watch.
Bro, no, we haven't watched that because I'm like, I don't understand.
Yes, you have.
I did not watch Trolls 2.
No, you're talking about...
the cartoon Trolls.
No, I'm talking about Troll 2, the horror movie. Nilbog.
Is it not the same fucking thing? No. Oh, yeah, that movie was funny with the green goo and like the paper plates and stuff. Super
Eggs.
weird. I'd rewatch that shit. What the fuck is the same name of something that's out right now, right?
Trolls World Tour.
I like... That's really the name of a children's cartoon that's happening right now?
You saw it. Oh, you didn't see it.
Is that not what you keep trying to play? Or are you trying to play one of the old green...
No, I'm trying to play the cartoon Trolls. Because it looked funny.
Wow. I just learned some new shit. Listen, guys.
It's not all spooky, scary, black metal, screamer guy. I like watching shit like Trolls World Tour, okay?
I don't want to watch Trolls ever.
I just want to see it because Keenan from SNL is on it. That's why. He's funny.
What do you mean on it? He's like an animated thing.
Okay, voiced.
Well, yeah, I like the 80s troll movies. That shit's good. Yeah. I have not seen the new ones. So
I like watching weird shit. Like I showed you Samurai Cop. You really enjoyed that one.
Samurai Cop was the shit. Velocipaster was a stretch. A reach. It was reaching. I mean, it was good, but it it had elements of softcore porn, but it was just too
real soft.
It was real soft and only probably 10 minutes out of the whole movie. I like shitty movies, but I like when they're of the softcore porn style. If they're truly that bad, they look like I could have filmed it in my house with a fucking camcorder with the little pop out screen.
That's what makes it the best.
Yeah, that's good. But in that case, I want the softcore porn where they're bumping and grinding up against knees and elbows and shit. Nothing that matters.
I wonder if the guys from Velocipaster were at Spooky Empire.
Probably. I would like you to look that up now. Thank you.
God damn it.
Velocipaster. Yeah, that was just... Where did you even hear about that?
TikTok.
Yeah, fucking teenagers. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm cool on TikTok.
Well,
now,
you heard
guys.
about it on TikTok and then you TikToked a scene from it, right?
Yeah. And go figure that TikTok is my most popular TikTok right now. If you're on TikTok, add me at Andrucifer, ANDRUCIVER. Check it out.
That was not a planned plug.
No. But I don't know.
The Velocipaster, the second one we watched, the karate one, what was that called?
Samurai Cop.
Who was the fucking star in Samurai Cop?
I don't know.
He's somebody well known today.
What?
Yeah, you don't know that? Google cast of Samurai Cop. I'll do. You want me to do it? It's somebody that people know.
Probably from that role.
No, other shit. If anybody's seen Samurai...
What's an all-American girl doing with a nerd like him?
Fuck you. It's, Oh, no, I guess it's not. Maybe I've seen him in 70s movies because my mom's old and she made me watch it like this. Matt Hannon?
I don't know.
I guess not, but if anybody watched Samurai Cop, it was made in 1991 according to IMDb, and it actually has a 4.6 stars out of 10.
Hell yeah. Speaking of your mom.
No. What?
We celebrated her birthday the other day. Our first outing.
Can I finish my Samurai Cop comment? If anyone watches it, please pay attention to the changes in Matt Hannon's hair. Because there are fight scenes where it like looks like he has a wig on and like this beautiful like curled like lengthy like 70s hair, even though this was filmed in fucking 1991. And then other times like you can tell it's his normal hair. Andrew thinks it's always the same. I like know some of it's a wig. So if anybody watches that,
give me all the smoke and mirrors. I'll just take it in.
You knew it looked different by the end. Anyway, Diane.
It's probably a sense of hope that I'm projecting. Like, if I had that type of hair, it would be just like that.
I like that you don't have hair. We already have so much fucking hair in the shower drain. You know, I just cleaned it just now because I was showering.
Yeah, it's all you.
Yeah, it's all me. Well, I have the long hairs. And then I feel like some of your beard hairs fall and whatever. And then they get caught in my long hairs. And then it just creates this like this ultimate fucked upness.
It's because I'm Middle Eastern.
I mean, no, it's because like I shed like I have like thick hair. I shed like a motherfucker.
Riveting podcast material.
Super. But yeah, I cleaned the shower drain.
Cool.
Hi.
You notice how she announces stuff like that, but then you don't hear me saying stuff like that. When I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so your mom's birthday, what was it? Fiesta.
It was a fiesta for sure. My mom turned 70.
And what does she want more than anything in the entire world?
A margarita.
And
Mexican food.
Some tacos, right?
Yes. My mom loves her tacos and rice and beans and margaritas.
Yeah, we ended up picking up this food like from takeout from like their favorite restaurant, and they fucking gave you like big ass cups of margarita, like big ass
like styrofoam, like large styrofoam cups, like where they're like to go margaritas. Yeah,
I've never seen that happen.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's ever happened like there for sure. Like but they were $15 a fucking pop. And thankfully, like you and I aren't drinking. So I just got one for my mom and my dad. But as walking out to like, and you just pulled up in front because obviously there was nobody there. It was just like takeout. And I was walking out and I had one of these styrofoam big ass cups in either hand. I dropped one.
But they gave you another one.
They did. I was defeated though. It was like our first time like going anywhere together, like since this shit started, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be fun. Even though this is my mom's 70th birthday, like that's just like not fun.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make it fun. And then I was like, I got the margaritas, and
you guys had we had Mexican food, and you guys had cake and mini cupcakes. I got a rifle.
You did get a rifle. But we haven't brought it home yet. My dad was very insistent that you take his rifle.
Which I'm sure he's killed many with.
I don't know. It was a wedding gift to him, so probably not. That was after his killing days. We shouldn't say that on.
Yeah, we didn't say he killed.
Statute of limitations.
We didn't say he killed anybody.
No.
But animals, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But speaking of your dad, Father's Day's coming up.
Oof.
I don't know what to get my dad.
You got him a pretty cool.
Any of you listeners out there have any?
Card.
Any of you listeners out there have any Father's Day gifts? Let me know.
Father's Day is like one of the worst holidays to shop for. Like mothers, like you can get them like a nice like plant or flower, and they're like fucking happy. Fathers, they don't want shit. They're gonna return it anyway.
What are you going to get me for Father's Day?
What did you get me for Mother's Day?
Dick.
Exactly. Pussy.
Did I?
What do you mean?
What?
Did you what?
Did I get you any pussy? No.
No, you just said, I asked what you gave me. You said dick. I said, okay, I'm going to give you pussy.
No, I meant like dick, like slang for nothing.
Oh, yeah, you didn't give me anything, but I was just going to give you, pussy and like try to fucking make that fun. Oh.
But, yeah, I don't know what to get my dad. I got him a sweet Trump card because so during this quarantine, we've been glued to the news to see what's been going on, and we have been glued to the news, and basically we, at the beginning of this, have we're eyes peeled to every presidential fucking announcement that came, and Donald Trump really became a part of our quarantine experience. So what I've been doing, knowing it would irritate others, I've been getting everyone Donald Trump cards.
I would love a Donald Trump.
And they, when you open them up, they have a sound clip. And the one that I got my dad, which he hasn't received yet, so don't spoil it for him. It literally just says, what does it say? I love you, Dad.
Yeah, that's all it says when you open it. I love you, Dad. I love you.
And it's supposed to be, it's supposedly Donald Trump's voice.
You should have told me. I would have brought all of them down. We have 3 or 4 in the house now.
What was your birthday one?
My birthday card was something about you're great.
You're the greatest.
I'm not going to fire you.
You're the greatest. I would never fire you.
Yeah.
We're going to get through this. And I'm like, what are these cards? I think I got one for our anniversary.
Yes. I have them all.
Yeah. And did we get one for your mom?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I got her napkins for her birthday that said "Making America Great Again" since 1950.
Which is the year she was born. And we're not political by any means, but I just
still
really
laugh at it because nobody can laugh at anything nowadays. So we may as well be able to have a decent time.
It's stupid if you ignore the fact that during this period of time that was our president. So
it's laughable.
So not only is it a gift or whatever, a part of a gift, it's memorabilia of this weird fucking once in a lifetime thing that we're going through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think that shit's cool. And it's if whatever you have grandkids or whatever, you sit there and you go, oh yeah, that's from when we were fucking locked down. Just same thing with, Kennedy, or what was your mom talking about? Was she talking about the Kennedys? Oh my goodness.
My mom's dad died when she was pretty young. And apparently on my mom's 18th birthday, she woke up and her dad was waking her up at the time. And he said John Kennedy was shot today.
Yeah. What a great way to wake up on your birthday.
And my mom said it was really life-changing for her. She woke up on her 18th birthday. She sat with her dad and watched the news about the president being killed. And she just said it was things just shifted.
Do you think we should get her some Kennedy merch for her next birthday?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Well, it's weird that I'm fucking 31 years old and that's the first time my mom ever told me that. And I never got the pleasure of meeting my grandfather because that woke her up in that circumstance because he passed away before I was born. Mm-hmm. But it's very weird to know how political events and things like this affect you later in life. She was I've never talked about this. Will that be how we are someday with our kids with coronavirus? Who the fuck knows? It's so weird.
Fake news.
Isn't that weird though?
Yeah, that's why I've been getting these cards for everybody.
I do actually just so you know, I appreciate the fact that you care about stuff like that because I've never thought about future stuff like that before I met you. I don't care, but you take into account things that might live on or people might hear when you're old or dead or gone, whatever. Mm-hmm. I've never thought about that stuff before my whole life. I never cared about it. I don't know that I care about it, but it's fun to be conscious of it now that you remind me of those things.
It's the Middle Eastern in me.
Why?
We're obsessed with
legacy,
being remembered, and fucking greatness.
Yeah, I wasn't I didn't have any inkling of that at all. In my upbringing,
we were kings. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean that's good though, and I think that's nice because now we have stuff like this and whatever that Fucking when we're 90, we can listen to and be like, you dumbass motherfucker.
What, the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's weird.
Even listening to like the podcast where we started, I was like, oh, how naive you were. You thought this was going to be over in a month.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Boy, were you in for it. So it's like, if we live long enough to see whatever next year or whatever, it'd be like listening back to these just be silly. I don't know. I hope.
You would be able to listen to them. I can't listen to my own fucking voice. So
I don't listen to this.
Good.
Nobody's listening to this.
I wouldn't either. I literally can't.
No,
like if I listen to my own voice, I would turn it off. Like I wouldn't be able to like make it through. But thank you to everybody if there is anybody listening to my voice, and I'm sorry. I know I'm annoying. I have a fucking horrible Chicago accent, and I'm too loud like 90% of the time. As opposed to Andrew, who is the most soft-spoken, nice-sounding human.
Mean person.
Yeah, but it doesn't come out in your voice.
Yeah.
Just kidding. JK.
But yeah, other than the podcast, I've fucking been doing these vlogs on YouTube for the Serpents page or the Serpents YouTube. I've been writing. We've been CBDing our dog. We've been watching stupid shit and watching the world just unfold around us. It's been fun. Lockdown's over. No more episodes of The Lizard and the Wizard. This is it.
This is the end?
No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. You're going to give people false hope.
No.
Well, we'll be around as long as we need to.
This is like a, I don't know. It's just like the best way to like catch up with everybody. You know?
I think it's nice, and honestly,
at least for me, I know
as your like girlfriend, like when you're like, oh, you want to do a podcast day? I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I probably don't seem like it because I'm an asshole, but I really like do. Because like it's like we don't go out or like go on dates and shit anymore. It's like, oh, I get to come in the studio and like I don't know. It's like kind of fun. It's like something to like look forward to when right now there's like not a lot of that. So
yeah,
it's nice.
And that's another thing. It's like, you know, I'm an avid listener of podcasts, and it's like I scroll through all these podcasts and it's all like serious or marketing, and then you have stuff that's you know, like Your Mom's House. Like I love that podcast, but even that is sort of promotional or like whatever, and it's, you know, this is just fucking us catching up with whoever wants to catch up. You know, it's a departure from what the podcast is normally about, and I hope those of you that are listening understand that this is literally like just a behind the scenes look at what day-to-day life is like for me and her, and just during the quarantine, because I notice a lot of people, you know, whatever, the numbers are different from like this to my normal podcast. And it's like, why not show what is the reality behind whatever the serpents or the normal persona out there?
I think that's like,
I don't know,
part of what like the world is becoming as well, with all the video and, you know, not being able to see people in person. You see people more in their like vulnerable spaces and like knowing what's going on like in their normal life in general, like because you're forced to right now because of all that stuff. And I think that that's not necessarily like a bad thing. I think that's stuff like that makes people interested in, you know, each other, and knowing, hey, oh my God, my asshole boyfriend does the same shit. Or
my asshole girlfriend does the same shit.
Or we watched 90 Day Weirdos, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's this stuff like, you know, that day-to-day boring shit that you wouldn't share with anybody, but I'd be happy to talk to you about anytime.
Who?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
I'd be happy to talk to you. Like, we're not talking about anything, important.
No.
But
that's the thing is like
it's just like day-to-day shit.
Even like your fun podcasts, like at this very moment, have turned like super political or super serious and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the last episode of this podcast was like my version of that, where I was mainly speaking about the matters of the spirit versus the matters of the present or the body that everyone seems to be so wrapped up in, and for good reason, like, don't get me wrong, but this another side of me is the fun, stupid side that watches shit like Samurai Cop, or one that tries to trick his girlfriend into watching Trolls World Tour. I'm just listen.
Sometimes you just gotta shoot the shit and roll with life and not worry about.
I'm an avid taker inner of the arts consumer, farts. Whether they be animated or vintage or I don't know.
You sound like my dad giving that like Masonic recitation.
We don't talk about that here.
No, it's like what they're supposed to respond. Like they don't talk about something right.
Yes, we won't talk about that on the podcast. Just kidding. It's not really a big deal.
No, it's not.
But yeah, bad things have happened as well. Everything's not perfect in the manor. I've had a close one pass away due to, complications from COVID. And we've had, our dog is not doing too well right now with spinal issues. But, we're trucking along and, we're not really projecting that energy onto people like, we could be, but we're not.
Right.
Because nobody wants to hear that right now.
No.
So
let's all have a good time.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Suck it. Football. Wait. Suck it. Fuck it. Football. Wait, is that what it is? It's from
I know.
Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
That music, yeah.
The drunk guy.
In a long time. Wasn't that where they had the guy? They were doing like a Star Wars porn. Right?
Yeah. Let us fuck.
That shit was good. That was Seth Rogen, like one of his first movies, right?
I don't know.
That seems like a long time ago. Fuck, I'm old. I quit.
But on that note, I think we've covered the past 2 weeks a whole lot of tomfoolery.
Yes.
As usual. This is the Manor of Mischief, Magic, and Mystery, and you guys get the mystery and the magic. Now you got the mischief.
Oh, shit.
The magic is basically what that last episode was like, but the mystery, well, that's up to me. Anyways, I think we're going to wrap this up. It's time to make some dinner.
Yeah.
And hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you're well. Hopefully we'll see you next week with another solo episode. And if we're still in lockdown, you'll get a part 7 of The Lizard and the Wizard. But most importantly, guys, if you guys are listening to this podcast, please subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Please rate the podcast and fucking share whatever of your favorite episode, whatever you got, whatever you want to share. Any help is appreciated. This is still a mom and pop operation. We don't have any sponsors, any corporate hands in this pocket. This is all homemade.
You motherfucker. Stop.
Yeah, so
Pick a different fucking
homegrown.
No, that's
this is
fine.
This is a grassroots podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if you guys are digging this, feel free to share. And if you want to get involved with the podcast, if you want to ask some questions for us or just me for the next episode,
don't use the word homemade.
Yeah. Head to our Facebook group. You can look it up at Mr. Mikhail's Mr. Mikhail's Manor of Mischief, Magic, and Mystery, the podcast, or you can go to facebook.com/groups/the6M podcast. That's THESIXM podcast. And while you're at it, feel free to show Serpents US some love. Subscribe to our YouTube. Fucking listen to us on Spotify. Support. Support. That's all we're asking from you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys are well, and we'll see you next time on the next episode. Take it easy. Take it easy.